Matt Riddle has teased his return to WWE television. Scarlett, interestingly, is removed from the WWE 2K video game roster. Wade Barrett seemingly has been added to the 2K23 game. Cody Rhodes is going to honor independent promotions at WrestleMania 39. We've got details on how. JD McDonagh suffers a legitimately serious eye injury. NXT Roadblock is announced for next month. The Street Profits, could they be facing off at WrestleMania 39? Bianca Belair gives an update on the Montez Ford Belair reality show that is filming, and Roman Reigns reaches 900 days as Universal Champion. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of World Wrestling Entertainment. And let's start off talking about the original bro himself, former Raw Tag Team Champion, former United States Champion, Matt Riddle, because he appears to have teased his WWE return amid his WWE hiatus and speculation about a comeback. Of course, Riddle was written off television on the December 5th edition of Raw after he was attacked by Solo Sikoa and stretchered out of the arena. A report then emerged from Cassidy Haynes of Bodyslam.net claiming that Riddle had failed a drugs test and would be going to rehab, the apparent real reason he was written off TV. While a source close to Riddle denied the story, claiming that Riddle had been off TV due to the pressure of going through a divorce, Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful stated that he had seen a lot of stuff to back up Cassidy Haynes' original story. Following Dave Meltzer's recent report that Riddle is now indeed out of rehab, it has been heavily speculated that his WWE return is now imminent. Riddle took to Twitter on February 14, that being Valentine's Day, with a message from McDonagh. The former Raw Tag Team Champion noted that he'll see his fans soon, writing, quote, "Happy Valentine's Day to everyone, especially my girl Misha. I love you. And I'll see you all very soon. Hashtag V-Day, hashtag Misha." Amid his WWE absence, he's shown off a new look, which was some grills that he had been sporting recently. When it comes to his tag team partner, Randy Orton, well, a big report had recently emerged regarding Randy Orton's status amid his absence from television after undergoing back surgery last year. A wrestling bootmaker had confirmed that Orton had put in an order for a new pair of boots ahead of a WWE return. Whether or not that's before WrestleMania, after WrestleMania, or if he just wants to buy some new boots or have some new boots made for him, we don't know. But certainly Riddle is teasing that he could be back on WWE television very soon. Now, WWE 2K23 is coming out very soon also, but an interesting name had been removed from the announced roster, which caught a few people by surprise. 2K has issued a statement addressing the removal of a current SmackDown star from the WWE 2K23 roster list that was announced a few days ago. A few alterations have been made since the initial announcement, one of them being Scarlett's removal from the roster list, despite originally being on it. 2K gave a statement to WrestleZone addressing this, writing, quote, "Scarlett will be available in WWE 2K23 as a manager. Managers are not featured on the roster, which is why she is not on the list." Scarlett actually made her WWE TV in-ring debut, not counting when she was used as a local talent way back in 2016, in a mixed tag team match on SmackDown in January, when she and real-life husband Karrion Kross defeated another real-life couple, Madcap Moss and Emma. Other alterations made to the WWE 2K23 roster list since it was announced include the likes of Angel Garcia and Humberto Carrillo's names being changed to just Angel and Humberto, as they are in real-life WWE. There have been a couple of other name changes as well, as Mace and Mansoor were changed to Massey and Mansoor, which still isn't exactly the same name as the official spellings of Massey and Mansoor, but it does seem to confirm the updated maximum male model versions of the characters. And in a change that was made very soon after the initial announcement, and we've already covered here in a previous video, but just in case anyone didn't notice, Johnny Gargano is now on the roster list despite not being on there originally. An interesting addition to the roster, who currently isn't on the list, has seemingly been teased by 2K, which we'll talk about in just a second. But certainly lots of people excited for the new game as it nears closer and closer to being released. But Scarlett's not on the roster, so I guess she's not going to be used as an actual talent in the game. She's going to be a manager, but I suppose that could change with downloadable add-ons and that kind of thing. One person that could be added onto the roster that hasn't been announced so far is SmackDown commentator Wade Barrett. Now, you might say, oh, and this is a picture of Roman Reigns. What does this have to do with Wade Barrett Barrett being in the game? Well, although there was an official announcement from the WWE 2K23 roster earlier this week, there could be several more additions still confirmed. It seems like one of those additions may have not been so subtly teased in a new graphic posted by the WWE 2K account to Twitter. The following graphic that you can see on the screen right here was posted to celebrate the fact the game is just 30 days away from release, saying, quote, "We have to acknowledge that we are just 30 days away from WWE 2K23 launch day." Now, that might not look very interesting at first glance, but upon closer inspection, you'll see a very interesting photo used in the red days text. The photo looks to be from a match between John Cena and Wade Barrett, leading many to believe that Barrett will be in the in-game roster. If that's the case, it likely confirms the inclusion of a Cena versus Barrett match in this year's showcase mode, which is focused on Cena. Some people have jumped to it being their match at Hell in a Cell in 2010, but Barrett didn't have a beard at that point in time like he does in the photo. It's perhaps more likely it could be their United States Championship match that took place in Barrett's homeland of England on an episode of Raw in April 2015. Nowadays, of course, Barrett is a commentator on SmackDown alongside Michael Cole, although the commentary team is still in the game. That is in the game is Cole, Corey Graves and Byron Saxton, as it has been for a few years. No Pat McAfee, unfortunately, but Wade Barrett certainly could be a character that you can play as on the roster. We'll have to wait and see. Now, Cody Rhodes, of course, is going to be in the main event of WrestleMania this year, facing off against Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, and he is set to finish his story at the Showcase of the Immortals in Los Angeles. After winning the Royal Rumble match, Cody earned a shot at either Roman Reigns or Sami Zayn for the show. Cody's journey throughout wrestling has been a very important one, with him leaving WWE back in 2016, grinding the independent scene before forming All Elite Wrestling in 2019. Speaking to Peter Rosenberg on Hot 97, Cody said that he hopes to honor all the independent promotion he worked for during his WrestleMania match by wearing a weight belt with all of their logos. He said, quote, "Small spoiler, I guess. I was trying to come up with this idea for a weight belt for a very specific premium live event or pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it, where I wrote every independent promotion I worked at on it, because that was the most important thing I did, was this connection with these fans, getting to know them and grassroots, and that became really my bread and butter." Now, of course, Roman Reigns is set to face off with Sami Zayn for the Undisputed Universal Championship at Elimination Chamber this Saturday in Montreal, so he could, I guess, still face off against Sami Zayn, although he's facing off against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. As far as a triple threat match, that's not off the table, but it's more likely that we're going to see Rhodes versus Reigns. Now, in addition to talking about that weight belt that he's going to use for WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes has also recorded Vince McMahon's reaction to his neck tattoo following his return to the company. Now, in early 2020, Rhodes revealed that he had his American Nightmare logo tattooed on the side of his neck. And speaking with Peter Rosenberg of Hot 97, Rhodes recorded his conversation with Vince McMahon ahead of his return to WWE TV in April. Discussing McMahon's reaction to his tattoo, Rhodes said, quote, "There's a fun moment from the conversation I had with Vince McMahon before my return to WWE. I had such a great conversation with him. If I had decided not to come back, I still walked out of that meeting with him feeling really good. I brought him the old WWF title to show him because I have it. Dan Lambert gave it to me for free, shockingly, but he just made a comment. He goes, we have the best artists and creative services department in the world. We can come up for some new logos for you." I remember I just leaned in, kind of, and went like that and showed him, pulled his collar down so McMahon could see his neck tattoo, and he just kind of did one of those classic laughs, ha, never mind, that's it. So he knew we really can't change it at this point. This is what I said. He said something really great to me that day. I stood my ground. I said, I don't want to change a thing about myself, including my song. I want to have my elevator. I want all this. And he said something. He goes, well, that's what we're buying. It's not broke. And I thought, that feels good because I hadn't figured it out when I was here the first time. Everything was broke, and that was a nice feeling. Of course, Triple H has been running WWE creative and talent relations since Vince McMahon stepped away from the company in July 2022. McMahon returned in January and currently serves as the company's executive chairman. Hasn't rejoined creative just yet, but anything's possible, especially when it comes to Vince McMahon, certainly. JD McDonagh has suffered a serious, legitimate injury to his eye, but nevertheless, despite the severity, it looks like he's going to be back soon. A WWE star injury that happened in a sneak attack on February 7 has been confirmed to be a legitimate one, according to reports. On the February 7th episode of NXT, the returning Ilya Dragunov attacked JD McDonagh, resulting in what was described as a detached retina by the injured star himself. McDonagh stated that he estimated a 10 to 14 day recovery recovery time. And speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer confirmed that the injury wasn't for storytelling purposes and that the detached retina in the right eye was indeed legitimate. Dragunov's return to WWE television comes after Shawn Michaels addressed the visa issues as one of the factors that had kept Dragunov and Meiko Satomura off WWE television since NXT UK was put on hiatus. On the February 14 episode of NXT, McDonagh would appear wearing an eye patch to distract Dragunov, allowing Trick Williams to attack him. Again, we wish him the best in his recovery, and it would appear that despite it being a legitimate one, he is expected to be back soon, but a scary injury, a detached retina, is no joke. Speaking of NXT, a big event has been now officially announced. WWE has officially announced that the NXT Roadblock event will be taking place on Tuesday, March 7th. The news was broke during the most recent episode of NXT, with Booker T and Vic Joseph making the announcement, which will lead to a special episode of NXT early next month, with this being the final stop before NXT's Stand and Deliver event, which takes place during WrestleMania 39 weekend on April 1st. Right now, there are no matches officially announced for the show, but it was heavily implied that an NXT Women's Championship match between Roxanne Perez and Meiko Satomura would be taking place. The two women teamed up to defeat Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, which was followed by Satomura claiming that she had done something for the champion. She could do something for her as she pointed at the title. Perez claimed it would be an honor to defend the title, while Joseph said that Satomura was a roadblock for the champion on commentary, which seemed to hint that the match could be going down at the upcoming special event. Satomura had held the NXT UK Women's Championship for 451 days, eventually losing it to Mandy Rose during a title unification match at the Worlds Collide show last year. Roadblock is an event that originally debuted in WWE back in 2016 as a main roster premium live event, but after a 5-year absence, it was brought back last year for the NXT brand. That show was headlined by a triple threat match for the NXT Championship between Bron Breakker, Dolph Ziggler, and Tommaso Ciampa, with 5 other matches taking place on the show, which can give fans an idea of how the event will be treated this year, and it's going to be very exciting as we get closer and closer to that. Could the Street Profits face each other at WrestleMania this year? Well, according to Montez Ford, I guess it could be possible. The stakes are high for WrestleMania 39, with championships on the line and a much sought after WrestleMania moment for the entire roster. Montez Ford, however, has a championship opportunity of his own at Elimination Chamber this weekend. He'll be taking a shot at the United States Championship as the current champion Austin Theory steps into the Elimination Chamber with Ford, Seth Rollins, Johnny Gargano, Damian Priest, and Bronson Reed. Ford is confident about his chances and revealed a conversation he'd had with Angelo Dawkins. Speaking on the Believe in Pro Wrestling podcast, Ford revealed that he told his tag team partner, saying, quote, "This week when I was talking to him, I said, look man, I'm going ham in the chamber. I'm going to go so ham to the point that I have utmost confidence in ability in myself that I will walk out as champion. I said, it's always about us. So I said, since it's always about us, when I win the Elimination Chamber, you'll be the first person to get a title shot." He would go on to compare the possibility of Ford versus Dawkins to the WrestleMania 21 match between Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero. For those who haven't seen the match, it's on YouTube in its full glory, and it was, at the time, WWE Tag Team Champions facing off against each other for the first time in WrestleMania history, but it was the beginning of the end when it came to their partnership. This then led to an Eddie Guerrero heel turn and a real fantastic version of his character where he was addicted to manipulation and attacked Rey Mysterio several times. It's brilliant. Now, I don't know if they're going to go down the same route for the Street Profits in this WrestleMania season, but certainly it would be very interesting. Now, speaking of Montez Ford, he is going to be in a reality show with his wife, Bianca Belair, and there have been new details revealed about a reality show that just began filming for Hulu during Royal Rumble weekend. Talking to Matt Allugar for comicbook.com, Bianca Belair spoke about the reality show she's set to star in alongside her real-life husband, Montez Ford. Belair said of the upcoming reality series for Hulu, quote, "Oh, it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. We're actually going to start filming at the Royal Rumble. That's going to be our first episode. So we're starting filming this weekend. I'm excited for it. You know, everybody sees us in the ring, but we're going to peel back the curtain a little bit. My husband, he's like my homie, my best friend. We just live life together, and our goal is to always try to find fun in the moments. Our family is such a huge part of who we are. They are always at all of the events. They're at our house. We can never get alone time together because they're always there. So we're just going to show that to the fans and have fun with it. I'm nervous, but I'm excited, and we'll see what happens." We see everybody on Twitter saying how they want to show and they're going to watch. So you better watch because we need the ratings. And certainly, I'm sure a lot of people will be watching. So that reality show, no really update on when it could actually drop, but filming has begun. Finally, Roman Reigns has hit an incredible milestone as the undisputed, well, not the undisputed, just the Universal Champion. While Roman Reigns has claimed to be the guy for years, the Tribal Chief has been WWE sole World Champion since defeating Brock Lesnar in the WWE and Universal title winner-takes-all match at WrestleMania 38 in April of last year. This is when WWE started to recognize Reigns as the WWE undisputed Universal Champion, but Reigns had already had a lengthy Universal title reign ahead of the championship unification. Reigns won the Universal Championship in a triple threat match against Braun Strowman and the champion, The Fiend Bray Wyatt, at Payback in August 2020. On February 16, the Tribal Chief hit 900 days as Universal Champion. There has been a lot of speculation that WWE will soon separate the WWE and Universal Championship, following previous reports that WWE originally wanted 2 world champions heading into WrestleMania 39. At this April's event, Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes will challenge for the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship, but before then, of course, Reigns will defend his gold against Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber event this coming Saturday, and 900 days as Universal Champion. It's incredibly impressive. It's the longest reign of the modern era of WWE, but will it come to an end at WrestleMania? We'll have to wait and see. But there you go, guys. It's the latest WWE news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Let me know your thoughts on today's WWE news stories in the comment section below. Remember, you can join the WN365 roster by clicking that join button, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right-hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.